G'day Duel Masters fans, welcome back to what is probably going to be my last Duel Masters video. In today's video, we're going to have a look at my Duel Masters sealed TCG collection. This video has been highly requested ever since I started YouTube, and back then I decided to make it my last video, which is going to be this video. So I've been collecting Duel Masters stuff for around 5 years. Most of this stuff you're going to see is from eBay. As well as none of this stuff is for sale because I can see the comments right now. As well as I'm not going to open any of this stuff because it's worth more sealed. So, moving on to the first product. We have the 2-player starter set from DMO1. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this piece. You get Worthless the Traveler and a Holy Ore in here. Basically, you get a 40-card deck, a booster pack, and just everything you need to learn how to play the game. I remember buying this back in 2004. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would have bought this as well as your first introduction into the game. Next up, I've got Pojo's Darkness deck and Sherpas Fire deck. These were released alongside DMO2. Obviously, Pojo's Darkness deck is a Mono Darkness deck, and Sherpas Fire deck is obviously Mono Fire. I feel like a lot of these theme decks were made to battle against each other because you don't get very many good cards in these decks, because you only get cards from the first 2 sets. But I do know in Pojo's deck you do get a Turret. And I also have the big boy box for those decks as well. So we have the whole big box thing that these would have came in, and they would have sold them like this, in the shop. So you get 4 from Shobu's Fire deck, and you also get 4 of Pojo's Darkness deck. So yeah, I guess they would have had these in the shop, and they would have sold them in this packaging. I was lucky enough to get one completely sealed. It's got the Wizards of the Coast logo on it, so it's legit. A lot of these products can be fake, so you guys got to watch out for that if you're collecting Duel Masters stuff. I've seen a lot of fake products getting around on eBay. On to the next piece, I've got the Shadowglass Tin. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this one as well. Basically, you get a tin, you get a Darkness deck and a Light deck. These decks are are meant to battle against each other, so you can start playing the game straight out of the box, or the tin. And yeah, the tins are really cool. They're quite easy to find. The price, of course, is going up, like all this Duel Masters stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty happy I've done my collecting, back in the day. But yeah, the Duel Masters tins are still out there. But yeah, like I said, the price of the tins are going up. Next up, we have the other 2-player starter set, which is from DMO6. Yeah, basically when Stompertrons came out, they released another 2-player starter set, which is basically the same thing. You get your 40-card deck, you get a booster pack, you get the rule book and the playmat, all that stuff. And they also released 2 theme decks to go along with DMO6. So we have the Block Rockers deck and we have the Disruptive Forces deck. So the Block Rockers deck is basically a blocker deck. Disruptive Forces, I'm pretty sure, is a Fire Darkness deck. And yeah, you guys can look up on the internet as to the exact cards you get in these theme decks. And that's all you get. All you get is a 40-card deck, no booster packs, none of that. So you can just start playing the game straight out of the box. Next product I've got is the Epic Dragon theme decks. So we have the Rise of the Dragonoids deck, which is just a mono Fire Dragonoid deck. And we have the Merciless Pummeling deck, which is a Zombie Dragon, Earth Dragon deck. So yeah, pretty cool decks. I also remember buying these when they first came out back in the day. Not these exact boxes, but, ones that were similar. And yeah, luckily enough, about 4 years ago or so, someone was selling all these theme decks, all in the one listing. And I just bought the lot because I knew I'd never see them again, which I haven't. I've seen a couple of these theme decks pop up on, online every now and again, but nothing like that guy had back in the day. And he was also selling the Shockwaves of the Shattered Rainbow theme decks. These ones are actually very hard to find. So these are the last theme decks they released, basically. We have the Twin Swarm deck, which is a Beast Folk Human deck, and we have the Hard Silence deck, which uses those silent skill creatures. So yeah, like I said, these ones can be quite hard to find because they're from DMO10. And yeah, that's pretty much all the theme decks. The only piece that I don't have is the DMO10 2-player starter set, as you can see here. They're actually very hard to find. I haven't even seen one sealed, so yeah, that piece right there can be very hard to find. I don't even have one. Moving on to the booster boxes, I have a booster box of DMO1. I've actually got 2 of these booster boxes because they are, the easiest booster box to find. Yeah, DMO1, you can't go wrong with that. Get a lot of good cards in there. Next up, I've got a box of Evocrationators of Doom. Someone was selling half a box of this. Luckily, I had another 12 loose packs of DMO2, so I just shoved them all in here, wrapped it up in Glad Wrap, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. So the packs in here are legit, but it's just, yeah, wrapped in Glad Wrap. And of course, you get 24 booster packs in a booster box. Next up, I've got Rampage of the Super Warriors. You don't get very many good cards in DMO3, but yeah, I've got it anyway. And the last booster box I've got is Shadowglass of Blinding Night. So there you go, guys. That's my Duel Masters sealed TCG collection. I thought I'd end the video on a bit of an overview of the collection, including some of the stuff that I forgot to mention. I have all of the Duel Masters McDonald's Happy Meal toys, as you can see there, all sealed. So you'd get a couple of promo cards and a toy. Over here I have a weird Duel Masters card shooter thing, so you get like a deck box and some weird thing that lights up and shoots Duel Masters cards. You also get a pack of DM02 in there as well. Over here I have the Duel Masters Monopoly sealed. Here we have the Duel Masters Pojo magazine. So this came out sort of early on in Duel Masters, and it gives you a bit of an insight into what the early players and like what they thought of the cards and the game, back then. And then down here I have a whole heap of just loose Duel Masters packs that I've bought over the years on eBay. So yeah, there you go, guys. You can see I have multiple like duplicates of decks and tins and whatever else. So yeah, like I said, this is probably going to be my last video. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, so I feel like I've been beating this dead horse for long enough. I've got about 220 subscribers. So yeah, a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked the videos, comments, all that stuff. So yeah, big thank you goes out to all you guys for watching the channel over the years. And yeah, I've pretty much shown you guys everything, all my decks, all of my Duel Masters stuff. So yeah, there's not much else to give. So I thought I'd end it here. And yeah, thanks for watching the channel, and that's about all she wrote.